Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of SportsPoint, brought to you by Pointer Studios. I am your host, Jacob Spoerl, and joined here to my right, we got Liam Statz and Brett McNamara. How you guys doing tonight?
It's a cold day outside.
It's
oh
very,
my gosh.
very cold.
I hated the walk here and the classes.
That's why I drove.
Do you guys use buffers?
What's that?
Like, I'll walk in a building and like...
like the DUC. Yes, the DUC is
That's
my
a good buffer.
Yeah, it's a really good buffer. It takes up that whole stretch
The
of block.
CBB is like halfway to my walk, but it's not just us today. Will, can you flip over to Will? How you doing there, bud?
Doing good.
That's beautiful. Perfect. All right. Well, I guess
Criminally long pause. Doing good.
doing good. We'll hear more from you later, Will, but I guess for now that'll lead us into the first segment of the show, our crowning champion segment. I'm going to start it off per usual. Today, my crowning champion will be John Tange. I'm starting a new nickname now, the Tange.
That's a horrible nickname.
From the
Almost
Badgers
as bad
men's
as Baba
from the
Hodge.
Badgers men's basketball team, he led at the time a 16th ranked Wisconsin Badgers team to upset what was 7th ranked Purdue. Scored 32 points, had 6 rebounds, and 3 assists.
I said this beforehand. I'm very surprised that you mentioned the Badgers as your crowning champion, given your opinion about most of the Madison.
What do you mean?
athletics.
I enjoy all Wisconsin sports. What are you talking about? I love them all. No, but I am excited to see what the Badgers can do. I did watch March Madness, which, you know.
I know he is.
No, I'm not.
What was the conversation 10 minutes ago?
What are you talking about? You know what? Let's move on, I guess. Brett, who's your crowning champion this week?
My crowning champion is
Yes.
Mac McClung. He won the dunk contest the last 3 years, including the contest from this past weekend. He saved the dunk contest and has made former dunk contest participants want to come back because of the competition for Mac was
Wow.
a little too easy last 3 years.
It's been very bad. Also, that man, somehow Bronny James getting more minutes in the league than Mac McClung is, and I feel like that's tragic.
Really?
Yes.
Just because.
Yeah.
Who does he play on, the Magic?
Mac's only known for like dunking.
I don't know.
Does he play on the
Who does
Magic?
Mac play
Yeah,
for?
he's a two-way contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a two-way contract.
And that's
Yeah, and Bronny James isn't known for anything.
don't
dude.
bring
I'm
back. Hey,
serious.
don't.
Not
When,
known for
when
anything.
Alex
He was
Proctor
literally-
comes back,
LeBron
Yeah, the
made
child.
his own teammate.
the child.
LeBron made his own teammate.
Dang. Is it funny? All right. Well, Liam, can you give us your?
I don't know
crowning
if I can follow that up, but also my crowning champion, the Kachuk brothers, plus JT Miller for laying down the law 9 seconds into the Four Nations game against Canada. 3 fights in 9 seconds. Well done, boys.
Wow. JT Miller.
Yeah.
Flip that, you get a comedian. TJ Miller. Moving on to the next segment, we got the 3-point try campus roundup, brought to you by Point Brewery. Got a new flavor of the month. Well, we had it on last week, but Liam, you haven't had it yet, and I've
my favorite.
heard
It's my
inklings
favorite.
that this is your favorite flavor. We got Concord grape. I'm gonna oh dang! All right. Be patient. It's coming to you. I'm gonna give one.
Oh, they're cold, too.
Yeah, come
Wow.
on. We keep it fresh here at Pointer Studios.
I've been waiting a whole week for this.
Concord Grape is a handcrafted spin on a classic soda flavor made with 100% real sugar. Point Premium Concord Grape takes the purple goodness of your favorite jams and popsicles and adds the right amount of carbonation to make it pop.
Okay, all right.
Last week's was better.
It was because we all cracked it around the same
At
time.
the same time.
I've watched the
I
edit.
purposely went like this to crack it open
Yeah,
last week. This
yeah.
time I totally forgot about it.
It's okay. It's fine. We'll do it in unison next time. We'll practice. But
He's so mean to us when the cameras aren't rolling.
what? What did you say?
What?
I just blew my
Help us,
Italian flag.
please.
Okay, I'll start us off with the first campus sport. We got basketball. We'll start it off with the men's team. Currently, they're 16-7 overall, 6-6 in conference play since the last time we talked. They had a road win against Oshkosh, the Titans, last Wednesday, 76-75. Josiah Butler, who I believe actually, as of today, won WIAC. Was it
Player of the Week, yeah.
Player of the Week?
Yep.
So shout out to Josiah Butler. Once again, led the team in scoring with 28 points. He had 5 rebounds and an assist. And Logan Baumgartner had a solid performance as well, scoring 17 points. Also had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. However, following that, they did have a home loss against the Eau Claire Blue Golds. It was a close game, losing 66-62. So they have now after that, they have 2 regular season games left before the WIAC tournament. Both are away games. And So the following games are this Wednesday as of filming. So this will come out, after this following game against Stout at 7 p.m. And there's one more game to end the regular season to cap it off this Saturday against Lacrosse at 5 p.m.
Okay, so that
Yes.
lacrosse game gonna be a new rivalry, by the way.
It's a new rivalry.
It is a new rivalry.
Aren't they good this
because-
season?
Yes, they are ranked. I think 6th in NPI and in the rankings. But it's a new rivalry because their old coach is now our new coach.
Hold on,
I remember what.
I just forgot. Will, I forgot to ask you your crowning champion. I gotta what was that? Hold on.
I've lost my train of thought.
I know, so did I. This
We're not getting
I,
this back.
I have to cut out so much already.
You just
Will,
want to start over from the beginning?
no.
No, because then we gotta get new drinks.
Yeah, no, it's too late. We're in too deep. Let's flip it over to Will Cam. Just because I forgot to ask you, it's fine if it's a little incoherent. Can you give us your crowning champion of the week? Your first time. Even though it's last week.
My crowning champion of the week is the cast and crew of Saturday Night Live. They just celebrated 50 years, and it was a hell of a show they put on. So
Yeah.
that's mine.
Hey, that was a good crowning
I'll give him
champion.
that.
I was a little nervous because you've said other things before, but that was great. That was. Did you just?
All right.
Okay,
Moving
so
on.
thank you. That was a great crowning champion. Do you remember what you were saying about the new rivalry with Lacrosse and Point men's basketball team? I awoke a sleeper agent.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm being so serious.
Oh, I
it
thought you
is.
I thought you were doing a bit.
The lacrosse team is now,
Oh, okay, I've got it. All right, we're
I've got
back.
so much
we're
editing to
back.
do
We're back.
already.
We're so back.
baby.
It's
Let them have fun, man. It's a fun show. Can you tell? We're having fun here.
we're having fun, and that's all that matters.
Okay, since you're not going to say anything.
I'm getting to it. None of you have let me talk.
Mr. Liam Statz, can you give us the information?
The head coach for the Pointers, Kent Dernbach, is the old head coach of the Lacrosse Falcons. So it's a Lacrosse Eagles. It's a brand new rivalry. And I remember because we were there to broadcast that one game, they were mad at each other
Really?
the whole time. There is so much stuff I can't repeat because I heard.
How recent was this hire?
Like last year was his first season. This is just his second season.
Dang,
Yes.
so there's still some bad blood. That's
Oh,
crazy.
incredibly bad blood. They only won the first game this year was 1 point in overtime, and Cal Crone missed a layup to win the game for the Pointers in overtime.
Wow.
In the final seconds.
Oh,
Yes.
I remember seeing that. That is wild.
Yes, it was a great game, and it's the birth of a new rivalry. If the schools are into that, I hope they are because it was a lot of fun. It was very.
I think that would just be smart for just general entertainment purposes to market that more as a rivalry as well. But we'll see. That's not up to me or you or any of us. But
should be up to me.
oh, okay. I like that. But, and then, of course, after that game against Lacrosse, the WIAC tournament will begin with the quarterfinals on February 24th, which is Monday. Moving on to the women's basketball team, they're 16-7 overall and also 6-6 in conference play. And just like last week, how you were talking about this, Brett, they flip-flopped again with the men's
No
team.
way.
They lost last week Wednesday to Oshkosh.
That was so bad. That was
60-40. Yeah, that
I was
bad
totally
game.
expecting that. Their
You were
Oshkosh is really good. For women's?
That was our first home loss.
They're
and
ranked-
we only lost Oshkosh by 5 points the first time we played them in Oshkosh.
Yeah, I mean,
so Oshkosh coming into
they're still ranked
our-
6th or
into-
7th, right?
Yeah, but Oshkosh coming into the Berg where the women's team has not lost all year. That was their first home loss.
But in good news, also again going on the theme of flipping with the men's team, they won this past Saturday in Eau Claire against the Blue Golds, 60-59. Gabby Galita, is that how you say it? Galita hits the last-second game-winning three-pointer to win the game for the Pointers. Absolutely clutch moment. Needed that in that close win. Alexa Thompson also led the team, helped lead the team to victory with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Courtney Krieger also played well, where she scored 14 points. Their final 2 games are at home Also, that's opposite of the men team because their final 2 games are away. The first of which is this Wednesday as of filming, so it'll have already happened by the time this comes out against Stout. And the last game is Senior Day, this Friday, the 22nd, against Lacrosse. And then the WIAC tournament for the first round will be this upcoming Tuesday, February 25th. And that's all I've
it's
got.
every other day.
Yeah. It flips. It keeps.
It'll be exciting. It'll be exciting. It'll be the first year I think that both the Pointers teams are in the tournament again, legitimately.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How far do you think each team can go?
Point got off to a really incredibly strong start. Beat the number 1 team in Trine, and then I don't know what has happened in between then and there.
Conference play.
Yeah, it's conference play, but still, man, that loss to Oshkosh, that was our first conference win, Oshkosh against us. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yeah. That's why I hated that game.
I knew
so
we would
much.
lose. I feel like I knew we would lose to Platteville because I feel like they're.
By 20 points
But
to the
we beat
worst
them
team in the
last year,
conference,
last
and
week.
we swept them last. Yeah, we swept them last year.
That's
Yeah.
just like the Packers. Overall played better, but worse in the division. It's kind of similar stuff. Anyway, Brett, what do you got for us?
I got men's volleyball.
All right.
Men's volleyball overall is 12-6 now. They played in the MSOE volleyball tournament on Sunday, where they went 1-1. In the first game, they lost all 3 sets against California Lutheran University.
Whoa.
But then they did turn it around against the home crowd,
Milwaukee
MSOE.
School of Engineering.
Yeah, Milwaukee School of Engineering, winning 3-2 in the sets.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard of California Lutheran. Is that were they actually from California?
That's what it said.
They traveled all the way to
California Lutheran.
Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Actually,
MSOE.
fun fact.
Oh.
Point, the football team, is going out to Oregon to play next year.
I was told that by one of the, that is wild.
That is
How did we
crazy.
get that opportunity?
See how many we win this year? It'll be 1-9 again.
Hey, don't talk bad about my pointers. I don't blame you though. But
You don't understand. I've
no,
only seen them win
trust
5
me,
times.
trust me, Liam. I understand. All right.
Kept thinking it'd get better, and it never does. It never
Yeah.
gets better.
Yeah.
California Lutheran University. Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Played in
crazy,
Milwaukee,
actually.
yeah.
That's sensational. All right, Liam, what do you got for us?
Men's hockey.
Hey!
They played the final 2 regular season games last weekend against Superior in Superior at Westman Arena. They took game 1, 3-1. Fletcher Anderson, 2 goals and an assist, 3.9 for him. Did earn him WIAC Player of the Week honors as well for that performance.
Him and Josiah Butler. That's awesome.
What's that?
Him and Josiah Butler.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Josiah Butler
Yep.
was very, very cool to witness. And then with that game, they did tie Superior for first place in the WIAC, both at, I think it was 31 points, making the second game winner takes all,
Yep.
no matter what. Second game ended in the shootout, going in the books as a tie, but officially Superior did pick up that extra point because they did win in the shootout, and they won the regular season for the first time since 2021. It is the first time in 3 years the Pointers have not won the regular season.
Wow.
Very, very
Dang.
disappointing. But Point finishes at 32 points. Superior finishes at 33. I want to talk about this game. Or did you guys watch that game? Did you manage to tune in?
I
for
watched
that one?
parts of the first one, not the second one,
Yeah,
though.
that second game was rough. Not because the play was bad, but because there were just so many bad calls, so many.
Really?
I know that you really can't run and say, "Oh, the officials blew that game," but there were a lot of stuff.
So was it more in favor of just overall bad
Well,
officiating?
It was just, oh my gosh, Alex Proctor just got ran over. There wasn't a call, but we went down the ice, barely tapped a guy, and we got 2 minutes for slash.
So you're saying it was in favor?
Well, because
of
here's the thing.
the Yellow
Then all of a
Jackets.
sudden they come down the ice and Proctor barely gets touched, but then all of a sudden it's them got to go to the box. So it was very wishy-washy. They didn't have a standard, and it literally let no team really get a footing, which is why it went all the way to the shootout. And at that
Yeah.
point, there's nothing the referees can do about it. That's just who's gonna come out on top.
Yeah.
So who would have won the conference if they both tied in points? Would it be conference?
It would
wins?
it would have been a tiebreaker conference. Although I mean, technically they can never tie in points. That's
Right.
the reason for the shootout.
Yep.
But if there was a way to do that, Point would have won because they would have had the
Dang.
They would have had the season tiebreaker because they beat Superior twice. Point still gets a first round bye because
Yep.
they're the number 2 seed, number 2 in the conference, and they will play the winner of Eau Claire and Northland next weekend on the 28th here at home.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, Point actually has an easier road to the championship than Superior does, believe it or not. So they'll play Eau Claire, swept them, or Northland, they've blown out Northland each time that they've played them. So like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were at the North.
Northland?
That's crazy.
yeah.
So then Superior
will play the winner of River Falls and Stout, who they have struggled
Yeah.
against. I mean, they also have a couple. They also swept both those teams, but they weren't pretty sweeps. They weren't dominant. You know, they were battles. So, if Point makes a championship game, there's good chances it will be played here at Stevens Point, because the only way that it's not is if Superior also makes it. If it's Point versus anybody else in the WIAC besides Superior, here at home. If it's Point and Superior, it's in Superior at Westman Arena.
Wow.
Yeah. So. Who knows?
Are we going all the way this year?
This could be it.
It'll
Final
be.
year.
Point has made the championship game 4 years in a row.
I mean all the way.
NCAA.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, but okay. Do you think we're getting
We'll
into
make a run.
the
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
they looked really rocky at the start, but they turned it on. They finally had people producing that wasn't just Dawson Trino and Peyton Hart. Fletcher Henderson really decided that he was going to put everybody on his shoulders. Proctor's looked really good.
I put the team on my back.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of really good play. There is 14 teams now in the tournament this year, first time in D3 history. So, who knows?
Invites competition. Well, all right. Thank you for the take. Thank you guys both
Yeah.
for that
Well, I
segment.
got
And thank you
women's-
guys.
I got women's hockey still. We got to talk about
Well,
women's
then
hockey.
let's get to
Yeah.
women's hockey. Come
They
on.
finished the season 12-12-1. So, I mean, believe it or not, still a better season than they had recently. They did very well in conference
Yeah.
and facing other teams.
They
swept
also killed Northland the
yeah,
other
10-1 both those
Both
nights.
games.
So,
That was awesome.
Superior, they swept them last weekend, but then they also fell to River Falls in the season finale. They will play Eau Claire at Eau Claire in the semifinals automatically. So because there's only 5 women's WIAC teams. Stout doesn't have a women's
at
team.
Eau Claire though.
Yeah, because I think we're the 4th seed, 3rd
Aren't-
seed. Yeah.
Isn't Eau Claire like really
really good? Yeah. So,
Damn.
and the winner
see.
of Northland and Superior will play River Falls in the semifinals.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
How do you think they're gonna fare against Eau Claire?
Haven't beat them this year.
Okay. Well,
True
anyway.
underdog story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing I can tell you about hockey is stats really don't matter. I
Stats?
mean, yeah, stats with the stats.
Wow.
Stats really don't matter. It's who's going to show up to play that night. So if Point goes in there and they catch Northland Eau Claire off guard horrendously, there's always a chance.
Always a chance.
Who knows?
All right. Well, thank you guys both for your expert analysis. Thank you to Point Brewery for sponsoring the show and the segment. But that'll move us on to the NFL update. I think the first thing to say is football is now officially over, and it's hitting me really hard.
Withdrawal symptoms?
Yeah, I'm watching old highlights already, and it's February. It's yeah,
Dude.
I haven't hit that.
It's bad.
It's in this room in the dark going, oh, football.
I almost made a calendar on my phone yesterday for the days counting to the
The draft?
No, not even to the draft, to the free agency deadline.
Oh,
This is
my
almost-
gosh.
I know.
I
wow.
don't get football with withdrawals until after like March Madness is done.
That's when it's gonna hit me
right
harder,
before
too.
The NBA,
Listen. Yeah,
playoffs.
you supplement it with March Madness, right? But you also, I found myself kind of looking forward to the UFL a little bit more. I know that it's still kind of a league trying to find its footing. I know that it's
They have cool uniforms.
yeah,
That's
but
my
I know
uniforms.
it's a league still trying to like find its footing where its place is going to be, especially in this like changing scape of like professional sports. But I found that it's football. I'm going to
Yeah.
watch it. I just wish it had a little bit more like.
I like some of the
energy to it.
rules. I like some of the uniforms, and I like that it's just football. So
Yeah.
I appreciate all that. And something that I'm appreciating more is you start seeing more and more players from those leagues actually enter into the NFL.
Well, I think that it's finally starting to be viewed as like a farm league. You
Yeah.
know, like what minor leagues are for baseball and hockey, and the G League is to basketball. And I really enjoy that.
I think
I'm
it
not a
also
big G League
helps
guy,
for like. So I watched a lot of it
That's
last
what
year.
the G League is.
Huh?
The G League is a farm league. It's where
I know.
Yeah.
I said I'm not a. I'm just
You're
not
not
a
a
big,
fan of the G
No,
League?
no. All right, sorry.
Frank Kaminsky, G League warrior, dude.
But yeah, I watched a little bit of it last year, and like I said before, Battlehawks. That was the team I picked at the start.
St.
of the year.
Louis.
Me and my buddy picked a team out and decided on St. Louis. So
No,
They had-
I respect that.
their starting quarterback was AJ McCarron last year.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
I just,
gosh.
And then, do you remember Darius Shepard? Do one of you two?
Yes.
He played for the Packers.
Yes.
Yeah, he was their like number 2 wide receiver.
Really?
Yeah. So him and then Hakeem Butler.
Oh man. Oh, the
here
guy
we
that
go.
sucked. That's not specific. The guy, the guy that returned kicked Amari Rogers. He was really good. I think
was on the Stallions.
Yes.
The Birmingham Stallions.
Yeah,
yes.
and
Amari Rogers.
you know.
Flooding memories back, dude.
Oh my! See, that's the other
Holy.
thing.
Well,
I'm
there's a
doing
lot
I'm doing
of that.
NFL trivia too. Like I'm
Like the Immaculate Grid. You've been playing a lot of the Immaculate Grid
like
recently.
a lot of like records. So I'm just really.
Like Spoerl?
I need football back.
It's like the Immaculate Grid.
I need it.
Yeah. Wow, dude, that's
like
bad.
NFL Wordle or
You really
something?
are in your room just going, oh, football, please.
Not just in my room, in public now. I fell in Walmart. Just wait. I was like,
Pretty soon we're going to see you at bus stop. Change for football, please.
yeah.
Change for
Okay.
football.
Anyway, this segment won't take long. Besides the side rant. First thing, T. Higgins. It came out yesterday that it seemingly all the rumors are heading towards that he will get franchise tagged by the Bengals.
That sucks.
So
sign him to a
any
contract,
Packers fans wanting T. Higgins, rule that out. I was never big on that hope, especially because knowing how good he is with the Bengals organization, like I just feel like they're gonna find a way to keep him on, even if it's gonna be not a lot of money.
I thought he was unhappy with the organization.
No. So there was never really a point where he's like, I want out. And
Yeah.
he really enjoys being with Joe Burrow and Jamar
I mean, who
Chase.
wouldn't?
Well, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they
Just
were-
need a defense, and then that team is
last year,
scary.
the only thing was that he didn't get a contract extension.
Right.
So then it's
Yep.
going to be like, oh, all these rumors are going to spread around. Of course that's going to happen. But the Packers have always been known as that team not to trade their draft capital for a big player. They're not going to give up.
We shouldn't let Miles go. Max Crosby though.
Well,
But okay,
I'm
but
just
why?
saying- I'm just
yeah,
saying
like no, his
recent-
point is
of,
valid.
like,
is
No,
they haven't-
for
they
sure.
never do that.
If
They're
you
not
can name a
going
guy
to.
that was a big player that we traded for and gave up multiple draft picks, I'm not talking about fifth round draft
Yeah,
pick or something
like
we
like
don't do
big
that.
first, second round
or
draft.
maybe
yeah.
when
Exactly.
we got Deshaun Kaiser and traded with Demaris Randall.
Duh.
Like we got rid
What a throwback! That's a bigger throwback than Amari Rogers.
yeah. But yeah, we dump off these players and small draft picks for not big names, and that's what I'm trying
Yep.
to say.
Yeah, we're kind of more free agency merchants than
Yes.
like. Really
And that's
trading for
more of a recent thing. Like we're
Yeah.
like
Well, they
Well,
also,
I mean that system of,
Yeah.
of the draft and like develop system. That's been like
Yep.
Ron Wolf. That was his system, right?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
So like I feel like Goody is like it's still a good system, but we also need to still be competitive in other
absolutely.
regards.
Well, that's why I hate when I see all these like TikTok people always like Packers fan pages posting, oh, here's my predictions for the offseason. They got a new running back as their RB2. Like Marshawn Lloyd didn't like die.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
He's still alive.
Also, I mean, I'm losing his. What's his name?
Which running back?
The other one. Manuel Wilson also had a good season.
Yeah,
I
he's-
like Chris Brooks too.
He's up though. He's up though.
I know he's up, but
so
he's
we
still-
might.
They'll bring him back. Same with Brooks.
I was
I honestly
looking. There's a
think
lot of. There's a several free agents that we
Honestly,
could.
I think we're about to let A.J. Dillon go.
I
Oh
think
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
the
That's
only
what I-
reason we're keeping him on is because he's the mayor of Door County. That's literally the only.
That-
Have you not heard of that?
Really?
That's his nickname.
That's
he's
his
the
nickname.
mayor of
He's
Door
the mayor
County.
of Door
I love
County.
AJ Dillon, but
Quadzilla.
he.
If he had his chance last year, and no, I know he didn't like.
He didn't
predict his
perform,
future.
and this is.
Well, he had his injury too.
Yeah,
that
and
took him
everybody
out the
said
whole
that this
year.
was going to be the year that he was going to like finally.
He
produce for the
hasn't progressed.
Packers.
I feel like his best season was arguably his rookie year.
When he had those two.
That was in
touchdowns against the
2020.
Titans in the snow.
Exactly.
Nobody there. Yeah.
So when you're not seeing a lot of good progression out that, it's like that. It's
Well,
probably a good
speaking
time to
of
let
not
him
a lot
go.
of good progression, let's talk about Jair Alexander.
Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
I'm not kidding you. We're gonna talk about this.
Okay,
So,
no, it's on the script.
I
right?
mean, yeah, 14 games in like what the last 2 seasons, and that's it,
yeah.
dude.
Here's-
That is David Bakhtiari right there.
Here's
I'm
my
sorry.
thing.
That is so similar to David Bakhtiari.
David
It is.
Bakhtiari played a lot less.
I mean,
a
still
lot less.
playing a lot less, dude.
Here's my thing.
for as much as he's getting paid.
Yeah, but that first season of him getting paid was 2022 when it was a Pro Bowl year. Like he was great.
Everybody was like, "Yes, this is a good,
Easily
good
top
idea.
3 corner in the
100%.
NFL.
Yeah.
23, he got injured, spilled a little out. When he came back, he had the whole thing with the captain's thing against the Panthers, and it was a little controversial. But his best play was in that playoff game against the Cowboys, and that was a pretty good interception. And other times where he's covering guys. And then this past season, he had a mixed start to the year. But he had his first ever pick 6 against the Titans. I think that was in week 3.
Yep.
But then he got injured halfway through the season, and he didn't play a snap in November, in December, or in January. It's a lot of missed time for a great player. Here's my thing is, we know the rumors. It doesn't seem like he's going to come back. But also, we're losing money if we let him go.
I'm open to just reworking his contract, and
Yeah.
I feel like he has to be. Honestly, I feel like he also has to.
He
be
should.
Open to that.
He should.
The big thing is for me is that guys that actually want to be in Green Bay, I don't see a reason why Jair doesn't want to be in Green Bay. Like, you know what I'm trying to get at? Like, he never really said, hey, I don't want to be here. Like, all these, like, star players.
Yeah, he hasn't really, like, taken to social media and been like, my time is over. Someone trade me. Or
And I like
hinting
it, too,
towards
like, with Tucker Kraft. I was just reading something like, this guy will be a Packer for life. Tucker
For
Kraft,
I love me some
Kraft.
Tucker Kraft mac and
talks
cheese.
so highly about the Packers. I just love that guy. I love that as any player that plays for the Packers or like, for any team that I love. Like, that's what you want to see.
Those are like glue guys. Like,
Exactly.
you can tell.
Exactly.
You can tell they're a team player. They're not just doing it for themselves. They want to go win a chip with the team they're on, and they're loyal to that franchise.
And it's not like Jair is, like I said, he doesn't say that he doesn't want to be here. It's just that he has injuries, and injuries come with football. It's just that it keeps on piling up and piling up.
Yeah.
But I think that there really is. I don't think it's that big of a chance that he's going to get released or traded. I think that we could.
I just think that
he'll be on the team next year.
the best move for him to remain with the team is a rework of his contract, so that maybe we're paying him a little bit less money.
So I think what it sounds like, we're all unanimous in the fact that in some way, shape, or form, he should come back in 2025.
Because I want him.
Because here's the people that are like saying, oh, he's toxic, we should just get rid of him. Not only are we losing money, but right now with the current draft classes coming up and with the free agent class, who do you want as corner 1 and 2?
And yet again, it's like all these people are like, let's sign Asante Samuel, let's sign DJ Reed. Like, have they really said that they want to leave? I mean, DJ Reed
Reed's going to go somewhere.
He's going to go somewhere.
But there's a lot of
He
teams
said
that
he wants
need
to go
corners.
play for the Packers.
The Vikings Vikings have 4 free agent corners. Like, they need guys to resign.
Exactly. Like, everybody that thinks about the Packers thinks that they're the
only team in
that
the
can
NFL.
sign free agents. Like, it's a whole.
honestly-
Can we get Miles
Honestly,
Garrett
now that you
and
say
Devonta
that,
Adams?
That's so accurate. Is anybody, they only take into account their own team for what their needs are, and they're like, and then it's like, oh my gosh, they didn't sign. Well, where else would he go? Probably for a team that paid him more money. I'm gonna be honest.
The amount of people I've seen saying sign Drew Dahlman ticks me off. He's a center for the Falcons, probably the top center in free agency.
Oh,
Packers are kind of they're on
Wishy-washy a little bit.
A little wishy-washy on Josh Myers, but the only reason I think we're going to bring back Josh Myers is because Matt LaFleur talks a lot. Like, he really likes Josh Myers.
Well, also, even Goody said, like, this was his best. Like, I just feel like this is a weird time to get rid of him. Like, he just played his best
I
season.
think they'll bring him back on, like, a 2-year deal. But if they were to go for somebody, everybody's saying Drew Dahlman. It's like, well, the Bears fan base is saying
Bears
that.
and the Bears would be willing to break the bank for that too.
For sure.
Because they need an O-line.
Yeah, like, all these teams are willing to bring in Drew Dahlman. I just don't think the Packers are going to want to.
Yeah, people keep
mock
draft. Speaking of the Bears, people keep mock drafting. I think it's oh my gosh, it should be an offensive lineman because that's.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to realize Ben Johnson, like he was all his thing is interior offensive lineman and a good running game. And people are saying Ashton Genty at pick 10.
No,
they could, but like.
They
why?
don't need a running back. That's the
DeAndre
problem.
Swift.
Yes.
You can't just
you
because
have
the Lions were good with Dave. Be realistic.
I know. You don't gotta tell me, Brad. I know.
Was he ever an elite running back?
Or was it just he was behind one of the best?
Wait.
O-lines in the league?
Wait. You guys don't think Jahmyr Gibbs is elite?
No, I think Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's elite. I think he's a good running back.
I think it's a tandem that support each other that make them appear to be better than they actually are.
Yeah.
I need one more year out of Gibbs.
Okay. I will say I think Gibbs is arguably, maybe not yet, but he's arguably the top 5 in the league. In my opinion, he is underrated like crazy. Like, every time I see him run, part of it, yes, obviously they have a good O-line, but like, dude, he can break free.
I have 2 questions, okay? Kind of shifting gears a little bit.
Okay.
Number 1.
Yes.
Who do the most mock draft boards, who do the Packers have taken in the first round?
The corner from Texas.
Corner from Texas.
Yep.
Thank you. Don't necessarily
first name.
disagree with that, to be honest. Wide receiver or corner, I would have been happy. Number 2, what's all the stuff about Devontae Adams?
Hold before you say something. Packers aren't going to draft a wide receiver until the later rounds.
We're not drafting, but to be fair,
2002
but I
last time
brought
we
this
took
up
the
to you.
first
I
round,
brought
yeah.
this up to you. What with pick 23, which is what we have? What wide receiver do you want?
That's exactly.
I don't think there's
That's the point. Is nobody is going to be there.
If he's there, Buga.
Will he be there?
I think he's going top 20.
Yeah,
I think
he definitely will.
He's going to be
but
going.
Yeah, I don't think the Packers. The only reason that I think they'll bring in somebody at the end of the draft class is because Bo Melton's a free agent, and Bo Melton they might bring him back, but they'll have him compete.
I don't think he's going to come back. He might be maybe
Like I said, to compete.
I like practice squad. Well, yes.
I still want my Devontae question answered.
Well,
go ahead.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Literally.
Yes.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you.
I'm surprised with this. How long this segment? Like, I had like 3 things written.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is up with Devontae Adams right now? I don't think that's the case.
No.
So
He's
you
going to
think,
release.
all
I
right,
don't
Brett
think
is
that's
team,
the case.
Devontae's coming back, Liam is team.
I
no.
think it's team. He's trying to get Goody to bite the, like jump at that lure.
We've said
I don't think
this.
it's gonna
If the
happen.
Packers want him back,
They-
his booty's coming back.
they
Let's
get him
be
back.
real.
But I don't think the Packers want him back, to be honest.
I think that they're getting rid of Rodgers. We know this. They're getting rid of
That's so-
Lazard.
that's
they just
so funny,
they just
too, by
announced
the
they're
way.
releasing Lazard. They're going to release Adams. If we can sign him to maybe
They're
like
releasing all the New
3-year
York Packers?
Yeah.
all the New York Packers.
They're cutting
almost as
Lazard.
if you let Aaron Rodgers run your franchise for a little bit.
I mean, their biggest sin was firing Saleh that early, and
Oh,
also
yeah.
having Woody Johnson as their owner is the dumbest thing ever. But here's my thing: if the Packers really want Devontae, they'd be stupid for doing. But like, who out of every free agent or any guy that can be traded for, do you really think Brian Gutekunst's number one priority is Devontae Adams?
No.
I feel like Packers fans think that. Goody's
Because
I
they're
mentioned him.
blinded by the lens of nostalgia, and
Yeah.
that is so unbelievably the
yeah,
case, Brett.
I mean-
and I know that you are as well. You
Hey.
can't see past it.
I
I'm sorry.
would kind of like Devontae to come back, but like Goody's like, dude,
He said so many times
he-
that he is more interested in defense right
Well,
now.
yeah,
than
he
anything
basically
else.
said like he just wants the guys that they have right now. He thinks they have a solid core. They need to take this next step.
Mm-hmm.
He is more impressed than I truly believe. Like, yeah, our pass rush.
I think that if we do not bring a wide receiver, I think that you look at the wide receiver core we have, Romeo Dobbs is a wide receiver one. I think that this guy, the way he no, just
No, I don't. With who we have available,
okay,
yes.
now this one's gonna be even bigger.
Oh.
Dontavian Wicks will be our wide receiver too by the end of the year.
If he can fix his drop problems, yeah.
What happened to Devontae?
No.
What happened?
No.
What happened
Actually,
to-
that's valid.
what
That's
happened
valid.
second
What had
year ago?
happened? Yeah, what happened?
Devontae Adams
What
second
happened?
year?
Wait, what did you say?
He had the highest drops in the league.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams second year.
Yeah.
What is Dontavian Wicks last year?
Okay, so
Highest drops in the NFL.
here's what I'll say. I think because I've done this too, I'll get blinded by how history repeats itself. But here's my thing with Wicks: we have to keep him because he's one of our best open field blockers. But the thing with him and Devontae, like here's the difference between with what we had with Devontae and what we had with Wicks, is Devontae was playing behind Jordy Nelson. He was playing behind Randall Cobb.
Oh, okay, so it was sort of like Aaron Rodgers, Jordan.
I just feel like
Brett
at that
Favre,
time
you know what I
with
mean?
his
He had
youth,
time, yeah.
Devontae, he wasn't competing for wide receiver one until at least I'd say 17, 18. But
Yeah,
the
he
years
had multiple years to learn behind.
versus
some
with
great
Wicks
receivers.
this offseason, because I was part of it, he was hyped to be this could be the next wide receiver
Everybody
one.
said Devontae
Could be a
Adams.
sleeper. Even Jordan Love was hyping him
Well,
up.
everybody has. I'm really big on sophomore slumps.
Okay.
C.J. Stroud kind of showed it this year. So
Yep.
I think,
Jaden Daniels is going to have his too.
yep, I think he won't. Let's be
A
real.
little
I
bit,
don't
but
think-
yeah.
I don't
He'll
think
be
so.
good, but like the fact of the matter is, people they have film on him now.
Yep.
You know, he's not
Yep.
going to be able to
That's
take.
true.
Yeah, I think which one of you actually? One of you told me that. I don't remember if it was you or you. One of you said that somewhere. Was it you?
I think it was me.
Might have been
I
him.
think it was
He
you.
had that point. It's literally like Jaden Daniels
Oh, yeah.
now had like second year. People are going to know what he's about.
Yeah, but also something I will say that I very rarely see out of rookies is usually rookies don't play well against very, very old and veteran-esque defensive coordinators. He got, like no one remembers, the first game against the Eagles, Vic Fangio is obviously the D coordinator. That was probably his worst game of the year. The second time they played the Eagles, he also threw, I think, 2 picks, but he had a comeback winning drive. The NFC Championship game against the Eagles, the Commanders obviously got killed, but Jaden Daniels played a lot better.
Vic
I'm
Fangio
just
is
saying.
one of the greatest defensive coaches of NFL history, though.
You said Vic Fangio? One of the greatest?
Yeah.
That's my point.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Like, he played that well and that progressively well in just one season. Now, I do believe he will have a little bit of a slump, but
I don't think it'll be as bad as C.J. Stroud's is.
yeah, we'll see. We don't know.
I think that the Packers are going to bring in a wide receiver. If anything, it's going to be Devontae Adams. I would say 3 years, $15 million.
Yeah, out of anyone that's available.
I think Godwin.
honestly,
He
I
tore his
think-
ACL twice.
I think that what's going to happen is they will go defensive. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, first round.
If they will definitely look for edge rusher first, and then if Devontae is still there, I think they'll go for him.
Khalil Mack? 35-year-old Khalil Mack?
He's turning 34 this week.
Oh my
34,
God.
35.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Everybody remembers when he was on the Bears. Okay, throwback.
to
a li-
Sean
yeah,
Kaiser times
throwback.
two.
No. Hold on. Throwback a little bit. There was an episode last year. Me and Frankie were talking about Khalil Mack, and I think we still thought he was like on the Chargers or something like that.
He is still on the
Or
Chargers.
who was the team he was on before that? Not
He was on the Raiders.
the
when-
Raiders. We thought he was still on the Raiders.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know
guys-
if you can find that clip.
I
but
want
remember
to.
that me and Frank were just talking about it so much. We're like, yeah, Khalil Mack is scared because it was a Raiders. It was like looking ahead. It was Raiders versus somebody.
That's kind of
and
funny.
we're both like, yeah, Khalil Mack is scary on that Raiders defense.
With Amari Cooper on offense too.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's.
All right, really quickly, because this NFL update went a lot longer than I thought it would take. Just a couple of quick important dates that are coming up. This helps my mental sanity as well. February 24th through March 3rd, NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis. Obviously, last year Xavier Worthy breaking the 40-yard dash record. We might be
Was
doing
that after his unofficial one though?
That was his second one.
Yeah, that was his like.
That counts as official.
Was it official?
Your two, you can run more than two, but your two count as your official times.
Sure.
But we might be running a little 40-yard dash or so. We'll see.
You ready to see a man tear every ligament in his lower body?
Yes. And then after that, March 4th, which is a Tuesday, the franchise tags are due at 3 p.m. Central Time, our time. So we'll see.
Will anybody at the Packers get franchise tag? Nope.
No. But that is
well,
important, especially for the following week.
Rashawn Gary.
He's not a free agent. What?
What?
Let's franchise.
But these next two dates, I would argue, especially for a team like the Packers, are the most important this offseason.
that wouldn't be that expensive though.
What did you
It'd
just
only be
say?
like $7 million.
Franchise tag Brandon McManus.
You'd
We
only
got to
be like-
sign him.
It'd only be
We
like
do.
$8 million.
Please sign him.
We're not going to
please.
franchise tag him.
I know, but
franchise
just
thing.
sign him. He's arguably
He's
the
gonna
best
want a
kicker
two-year
that
contract.
we went through. 6 kickers? It was a lot. We went through so many.
Whoa.
I'm hyping that.
Well, it was 4 because it was competition between
thank you.
it was a competition between Anders and Greg Joseph in preseason.
And then there was like that Georgia
Alex
guy.
Hale.
Then we got Braden Arvison right before the season, and then we got
We still have Alex Hale.
McManus. What?
Alex Hale.
What'd you say?
Huh?
Yo, what?
What was that?
And then March 12th, the Wednesday after that, that's when free agency signings begin. What? No, but yes. Hold on. Listen.
Talking about.
Liam, free agency signings. I did not appreciate this.
So good. We were doing so well.
Free agency signings begin at 3 p.m. Central, March 12th, Wednesday. This is important because I remember exactly where I was. Came back from class, sitting on my couch. I kid you not. When I saw that we got Josh Jacobs, I jumped into the ceiling. My head hit the ceiling. I was so thrilled that we had Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs.
For 35.
And then 45 minutes later, got the notification.
You know why? I remember exactly where I was when that happened. I think we were filming.
I heard a noise.
Yeah. I think we were filming. Legitimately, I think we were filming.
That early in the day?
Yeah. I'm genuinely thinking, because we were talking. Oh, no. It was the same day. We were filming that day. I remember in the group chat, we were talking about it. It's like, we have the greatest running back tandem of all time.
I mean, I'm excited for that episode, personally. That's going to be a fun one. But finally, really quick to wrap this segment up so we can talk about the other sports we got. April 24th through the 26th, of course, we got the NFL Draft in Green Bay. I will be there.
Me as well.
I'm going to be having a special episode.
We'll be having what if I'd live stream it?
Live stream.
On my phone?
No, like if you guys had a
Brett,
live
link up.
on location.
Night one?
That would be crazy.
Okay.
Live.
Finally moving on, let's talk about our NBA update presented by Brett.
Hey, how long did that take? Like 45 minutes?
We are currently,
pretty
we've been rolling for 44 minutes, but barring stuff cutting out. So we talked about a lot of things. So let's roll it on to the NBA update.
All right. So we had the All-Star weekend last weekend.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. The whole weekend was really rough. So let's start off with the Rising Stars game. It ended with Team Chris. I'm not sure who Chris is.
Do you actually?
I don't know the Rising Stars teams. I didn't like.
The Rising, not the
Rising.
Legends teams, like the Rising.
So
Okay,
yep,
yeah.
Team Chris won it all, taking the final spot in the All-Star game. So if you win it all, you get to go play the All-Stars. So that's smart.
What?
The
Yeah,
team that-
welcome to the first of many very smart decisions the NBA made. It gets better, trust me.
No, I've seen some of the clips, but
yeah, it was rough. But
Why
yeah,
is Kevin Hart hosting now?
Dude,
What
that
is
was so
happening?
bad.
What are you doing, NBA?
no one was laughing.
No.
No,
Okay,
and
all right.
I think Kevin.
Rant time. I'm also so tired of like the old guys that they bring in, and all they ever talk about is back in my day. It was so much harder.
You know
it
what
was
takes
so
me off?
much.
You know what takes me off is every single 20 seconds. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. Like every single time they try to bring in Vince Carter's, it's over. Like the dunk was cool. It was cool when he did it. But when you keep on saying it's over, Candace Parker on the sideline and say it's over, like you can't. Like,
Also, like the
overuse it.
veterans that they kept saying, it's not the '90s anymore. But these guys that they tried to play in my game, they'd be carried out on a
Exactly.
stretcher. I don't care.
Okay, guys. All right, reel it in. But I respect all the rants because that does sound obnoxious.
Yeah, it was,
The NBA All-Star Game is a travesty, and also it's no wonder your viewership sucks.
Well, they had
Could we argue that the Pro Bowl games are actually better than the All-Star game?
okay. Look,
They're both equally bad.
Mr. Beast had his own halftime show.
What?
Yes.
All right,
No. It gets
No.
worse. It gets worse. It
No.
gets worse.
Flag
it
is
gets
thrown.
worse. No, it gets
What?
worse. Ready? Because he was beat Dame Lillard in a 3-point contest for 100.
Well, hold on. Wait.
A random fan. They brought a
But
random.
random guy.
Hold on.
The guy's reaction
But
was
hold-
priceless. This is his reaction. Like you're
Like
freaking
dead
Mr. Beast,
silence.
Damian Lillard,
Dead silence.
Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. They're all on the court, and this guy's like not having. If I was
No
out there,
reaction.
I would be like, oh my god, Damian Lillard. Oh my god.
Oh,
Mr.
and then
Beast.
hold on,
Like,
and then it gets even worse. You know why? Because Mr. Beast is like doing this. He's the whole time. He's like, you have to make this shot, make the 3-pointer. You have to beat him.
Mr. Beast, I hope you're watching this.
Who do you want to win this for? Oh, for college. Yeah, for college. Like
Yeah, and then it got to the point where Dame was like, "Oh, by the way, he bricked everything on purpose. Definitely
yeah.
on purpose." It got to the point where
That's
Dame
what I
Lillard-
was. That's what I thought you
Yeah.
guys were ranting about.
That's when Kyrie Irving stole money out of the.
Kyrie Irving stole money. Also, Dame Lillard literally pushed Mr. Beast away so the dude could hit the game-winning shot. And when he did, no reaction, even though Shaquille O'Neal was like literally hugging
It
him.
was a buzzer beater.
And the fan didn't react.
Nothing.
No.
And then
To
he's sitting in a
Shaq?
pile of literally they sit him inside a pile of
and
money.
they're like,
He's
"How
like,
do you feel right now?"
"This
He's
is surreal."
Mr. Beast, did you hire that guy on too?
Yes.
100%.
Or is it
yeah.
just all your contestants, Mr. Beast?
Dunk-
Your
dunk
chocolate bar
contest.
sucks.
Dunk contest? Tell them about how awesome the
Random.
dunk contest
Well,
was.
I wasn't even done with the Rising Stars
Oh,
game.
sorry.
So, anyways, the Team Chris was led by Rookie of the Year candidate Stephon Castle and former Purdue big man Zach Edey. Skills challenge.
Free throw merchant. Anyways,
Skills challenge. Team Spurs, consisting of Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama, were disqualified from the first round for cheating.
What?
Basically, during the game, you got to like make a bunch of shots or throw passes or anything. When they got to the rack where you had to shoot the basketball, they didn't care about making the shots because once you make you have to just shoot all the basketballs. They only cared about the time. So they grabbed the basketball and they're just like that. Just threw the basketball 3 feet maybe.
Yeah.
And then they just tried to get the time because the time is what matters.
and then the NBA said everybody was like, funny moment. You know, it's like one of those funny things. The NBA said, no, we're completely serious. You guys are disqualified. We are completely serious. We don't condone
This is a travesty.
It's the worst.
I'm
All-Star
so blaming
game
you, Mr. Beast.
I've ever seen
so-
in my life,
Yes.
dude. It was so awful. Every step of the way, it was terrible.
Every step.
But yeah, and then Team Cavs with Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell won it. Anyways, 3-point contest. Damian Lillard was in it. He won the last 2 contests and went out in the first round. Tyler Hero did take advantage of that as he went on to win the whole thing. Dunk contest. This was by far probably, honestly, probably the All-Star game was the worst. But it was a very close second. You had Ajax from the Bucks.
I felt bad, man. He did not.
He
it was
came
so-
out, missed. You have a timer for the dunks. He missed all of his dunks. And he's like, all right, I got to make something for points. So he just did like a little kind of like
Wasn't it like a windmill?
a little
Yeah.
two-hand
It's so
windmill.
boring. That's what I saw. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
So he sucked. The Bulls player sucked. Stephon Castle did make it kind of like a better
He
show.
had not too many bad ones.
Yeah,
like the bounce one off the ground
Yeah,
to
and then
himself.
picked it up
That
and went
was
through his legs
yeah.
and dunked it. It was pretty
That's
cool.
pretty good.
But Mac McClung stole the show
Yeah,
once
when
again.
they unfreeze him out of his cryopod every year for the dunk contest.
It's so funny because I only hear about him during the
makes
dunk
more money.
contest.
Literally, a report came out he made more money during his 3 dunk contests than he has playing
his entire time in
basketball.
the G League.
So Mac McClung did do the 3P, unlike the Chiefs, and yeah,
Hey!
yeah.
That
So
was
yeah.
good. That was good.
Will we see? So there was reports coming out. Sorry, I forgot to say this, but there was reports coming out that like during the dunk contest, Aaron Gordon John Morant posted. He said something. He was like, hey, "This dunk contest is getting too easy," and then Aaron Gordon replied to it, and Zach LaVine replied to it, and Giannis replied to it. So all these players are like, "Hey, we'll come back," like kind of hinting at it. So do you guys think that? We'll
No,
see
the
it?
NBA will definitely not capitalize on that. 100%, they won't do it.
Yeah,
I'm being so serious, and you know that they won't either.
Well,
Like based on how
Giannis-
this league, they would not.
Giannis was in the dunk contest in 2015.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's 2015 though. That is 10 years.
Dang, really?
He had
He's
the
a-
buzz cut, the
He's
old
an
Bucks
NBA
jerseys.
veteran now, by the way. If that makes
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel old.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they won't because the NBA doesn't. They're not gonna do that. They won't.
So another thing the NBA they're talking about now is adding a 1v1 tournament where the winner will get $1 million if they win.
Dang, son. 1 mil.
$1 million.
Whoa.
You guys think they'll do that?
Yeah, if they've talked
I don't
about
think
it.
they'll do it for $1 million. I think they'll lower the money. Genuinely.
They'll say 1 million, and then
Yeah,
just
they'll
like
give
Mr.
them
Beast would do on the side, be like, "I'm actually gonna give you like 30,000." Like I was
if-
broke.
if-
The
And
winner
you try
won
to
10
sue me-
million. The winner won 10 million, and he got taxes cut for like $5 million.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only one
That's
what
crap.
the original pot
That's
was.
crap.
But yeah, the NBA picks up back up tomorrow against Lakers and somebody.
Lakers and somebody.
Yep.
But we have good news in the D1 college basketball realm.
Oh yeah. So
I used up all of my adrenaline to get mad about the NBA.
Yeah.
don't worry. The Badgers faced at the time number 7 ranked Purdue in Purdue, and boy was it a great game for the
That's
Badgers.
that's
I
crazy.
had to go to work at the very end of it, so I was very sad I couldn't watch the end. But earlier in the game, Badgers point guard Kamari McGee, my favorite Badger currently, was ejected for unnecessary contact
For
in
a
below
bad
the
call,
bell
by the
area.
way.
And the call sent shockwaves across the whole country. It was one of the worst calls, probably one of the worst areas. The guy was setting his screen. Kamari came around, and if I was a player in the same situation as Kamari, I'm looking to try and get through the screen.
Past the screen.
And he accidentally hit the guy in the below the belt area, and it was a stupid.
No, not in the no-no zone.
I didn't want to say it. I wanted to-
Throwback.
Yeah.
no. But anyways, yeah, it was terrible, and nobody liked it. It was X was going crazy.
Yeah, and the Badgers even posted on their thing. It's like, we're going to rally around this guy now.
Exactly. So yeah, but the Badgers prevailed as they got the win, 94-84, behind the best transfer this year, John Tanji.
The Tanj. The
I
Tanj.
can't, no.
Come on, no, you
No.
enjoyed it. You
No,
liked it.
no,
Yeah, you
no,
liked
no,
it. Come on.
That is awful.
Now, my thing is, so that is great. They beat Purdue, but can they beat a team like James Madison in the March Madness? We'll see. Then maybe they won't be first round exits.
So like the last 2 years, Marquette's been good, but when are they?
When's the last time?
I'm not. I don't know where these
really good before.
rumors
Marquette's
are
really
coming from.
It's almost like the Badgers
Oh
were
my
almost like a
gosh.
top 10 team for like the last 10 years.
What have they won?
What is Marquette won?
I didn't say. Why are you guys talking about Marquette? Man, it's living rent free in your head. You can't stop thinking about it. All right, move.
I wish I had a flag to throw at you.
It's my flag.
Anyways, the Badgers moved up 5 spots in the AP ranking to number 11. And in the tournament polls, the Badgers are predicted to be a 2 or 3 seed in March Madness.
Wow.
The Badgers will square off tonight back at the Kohl Center where they will face a tough Big Ten opponent in Illinois.
They beat us like 9 times.
Fun
in a row.
fact, the Badgers have not beaten Illinois since 2020 and
Whoa.
currently on a 9-game losing streak against them.
Whoa! That's like Bears Packers, but flipped.
Yeah.
What is going on there?
So
Not the.
But it's okay. We're coming off a huge win, all
I
right?
have two questions here, Liam.
What's up?
So I think
Yeah,
it says
you know how he asked me.
No, I
2 to 3 seed in March Madness. I think they're more of a 3 to 4 seed.
I agree with that. Yes.
And I think that's.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you?
I'm just predicting.
Chris Warney asked me. The Wisconsin.
I'm a
Badgers
Wisconsin.
fan here.
Look at the set. It's all Wisconsin, baby.
Anyways.
Liam.
Oh, yeah, Brett. Yeah,
Do
Brett.
you think the Badgers will pull it off against Illinois tonight in about 15 or 25 minutes?
I think that they will. You
Me
know why?
too.
Because they're coming off a huge win. They're 12-1 at the Kohl Center this year. I think that they've got it.
12-1. Who was the one?
I think it was Michigan.
It was Michigan.
It was Michigan.
Yeah, it was
Because
Michigan.
they have the transfer from.
Yep.
FAU,
I'm
Golden.
thinking because Michigan got ranked as a result of beating us. So that was our first game off of beating Arizona.
Yep.
Well, they're not ranked right now.
Yeah, because they're bad.
They started off really strong. Same with Oregon. I don't want to talk about Oregon. So yeah, that is the basketball segment.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Who do we think? March Madness is quickly approaching. One of my favorite non-football sporting events. I'm very excited for March Madness. Who do you think is winning it all this year?
UConn sucks.
They're not even ranked.
Florida.
But I was.
Oh yeah.
Florida's a very
Florida.
good. I don't think Auburn.
A lock.
So the thing I said about last year about UConn is that UConn, you knew they were going to win it. Just the way that you watched UConn play, they were a very good basketball team.
I had them win it all, so I guess.
Yeah. So yeah.
Maybe my word goes. So whoever I pick.
That is probably
win.
the most egotistical thing I've ever heard.
Not at all,
in your
Liam. Not at
life.
all. I predict.
The Badgers.
No, let's be realistic. I'm picking the Gators.
Okay, that's valid. That's just
yeah,
valid.
I think-
Auburn has a strong case though.
Duke or Alabama's
Duke's
really
not winning
good.
it. No, I think
Cooper
Duke's
Flag
too
can
young.
only
Too
take 'em
young.
so
I'm
far.
really high on teams that have seniors playing.
Or
Duke's-
more depth, because
yeah, more
I was gonna
depth.
say I don't know anyone else with Duke besides
Con Kneppel
Flag.
and Cooper Flag.
Who's Nipple?
What now?
Con Kneppel
Who's
is
Nipple?
He's from Wisconsin.
Oh,
Wisconsin.
I had
Vinton.
no clue. Did you?
I don't think you heard what I said. Oh, you did. No, I didn't know that. All right. Well, anyway, we got one more update left. Mr. Star. No, we don't.
We have 2 updates left.
Dang, man. What? Okay, we can do it.
Oh,
Yeah, baseball.
All right.
We got baseball. All right. What do you got?
NBA. If you ever want a class, a master class, if you will, on how to put together a good All-Star break, look at the NHL. All right, they decided to forego the All-Star game in favor of a brand new Four Nations tournament. The tournament was modeled after the now defunct World Cup of Hockey, although they are bringing it back very, very soon. Very excited for that. The tournament saw all the best players, All-Stars, from Sweden, Finland, Canada, and USA go to represent their teams on a national stage. That is awesome. That's what everybody wanted.
Yeah.
And then Canada and Sweden, they played first. Everybody's like, well, let's see what this new tournament's about. Absolute grudge match, 4-3 win. Bam, we're off and running. It was a great game to watch. USA faced Finland, blew them apart 6-1. That was awesome to watch. Play the song. Rivalry weekend immediately after, and that's perfect. On a Saturday, primetime television, they decide, you know what, Sweden and Finland really hate each other. Time to put them on primetime. And then what? Overtime thriller. Finland wins 4-3, great game. USA versus Canada right after. Fighting 3 separate times, 9 seconds into the game. Both Kachuk brothers.
Started the game.
Dropped it. 2 seconds in, Kachuk, bam,
beautiful.
bam. Second one, Kachuk, bam. JT Miller, they said in a group chat, it was Kachuk, and JT Miller. They said, we're going to go. Why don't we just do it? Let's just start fighting. And they did. And then USA won 3-1. Charlie McAvoy destroys McDavid and Crosby, blowing them apart with huge hits. It was crazy to watch.
Wow.
Awesome. Clinched the tournament championship spot. As a result of this game, everybody said this is what we needed. Screw the All-Star game. Give us this every single year.
It's
Especially
funny
because
because
the NBA game happened at the
I
same
don't
time.
follow on Instagram. I don't follow really anything NHL. Really anything NHL. I just have ESPN or whatever. Basketball, I follow the Bucks. I follow NBA, whatever. I saw more stuff on that game this weekend than the All-Star game. Those games, mostly
this
against.
was better.
Yeah, I mean,
this
it's more
was
entertaining.
so much
But I was
better.
more entertaining. I'm gonna find out my
I didn't
phone.
even talk about the All-Star game.
Yeah, because it was
terrible.
It was
Yeah,
terrible.
It was really bad.
It all counts as.
That left 3 teams having to fight to take the other spot in the championship. Sweden beat the U.S., and they had to hope for a Canada loss. Canada didn't lose. They won. They beat Finland 5-3, so it's going to be a Canada versus USA rematch on Thursday the 20th.
Dang.
And I cannot wait for this.
Did you see all like the national anthems when they're singing it?
Yes.
In, like, Canada and USA, and they're booing each other.
That's crazy.
How do you think I feel? like,
Yeah, Brett's a rep from both. Come on, man.
okay, obviously I'm like.
Listen, all I'm going to say is if you're going to come into that game overconfident, you're going to boo America, and you're going to talk so much trash when a month earlier your junior team got destroyed by the Americans. All I'm going to say is that you better hope that we don't take over hockey because we're already doing it. You're about to get blown out 6-3 this upcoming Thursday. Quote me on that. Make it a short, whatever. You are about to lose, and it won't be your sport anymore.
And all I'm going to say about that is that it ain't going to be Hockey Night in Canada anymore. It's going to be Hockey Night in America.
In America, baby. Yeah, Brett.
Let's flip it over to our man of service, Will Spreeman. What are your thoughts? Is America the best hockey team ever? I don't even know what to ask after that.
Is America better than Canada in hockey?
America, baby.
America.
Is that the
That's
right
what I like
answer?
to see. That's what I like to hear.
There you go. Okay. All right.
Last thing, like I said, the reaction to this tournament has been very positive. A lot of people have been saying that it's the best All-Star break event they saw this year, surpassing both the Pro Bowl and the NBA All-Star Pro Bowl games. Like the All-Star and the Pro Bowl games. That's
Oh,
what I mean.
okay. Yeah.
Hey, you
For
guys
sure.
might have the best, like, yeah, I'd say you guys are a close second. I think MLB's got, I think they're pretty up there. I think, I'll give you, like,
Well, I'm going to throw the caveat of this year in there.
Okay,
so
yes, I agree with
Do
that.
you guys watch the All-Star game
For MLB?
Yeah.
Or-
they finally are returning it to its nostalgia, like their own
They're
jerseys.
bringing the jerseys
They're bringing the
back,
jerseys back, and they're finally being like, we realized that trying to make it more than what it should have been is a bad idea. So returning it to its roots, and I'm very happy about that.
Nice.
And the home run derby is always electric. Like,
No,
I
that's-
feel like with MLB, they always try.
That was the last
You're gonna
home
poop
run-
yourself.
Dude, I'm literally about to start crying. That Prince Fielder home run derby that I watched, it was the first one that I watched. What?
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Jesus Aguilar for a second. I'm just
Oh my gosh, I forgot that he was in that, dude. Also, we'll talk about MLB after this. But
No, just talk about it right now.
Jesus Aguilar, what happened, dude?
with you.
You were you were on the Brewers. You were doing so good, and you went somewhere else for more money, and you sucked.
Yeah, that was.
Speaking of baseball,
Speaking of baseball.
What a transition!
baseball is back.
Baseball's bad, baby.
Yeah.
Just like you said it. Yeah, spring training begins on Thursday. We're recording of this episode's Tuesday. So, yeah, the Cubs and Dodgers will start it off, as they will also start off to start the season on March 27th. But, yeah, Brewers will begin playing Summer League, spring training. Spring training on Saturday against the Reds.
Cincinnati.
And March 18th, like I said, is where the Dodgers and Cubs will play in Japan. So they did this last year with the Padres
cool.
in Japan. And it was like at 8 a.m. in the morning, or no, 6 a.m. in the morning.
Our time?
Yeah.
because
I
it's
was-
in Japan.
Whoa. Well,
I was in Japan. So
Thanks.
I was watching.
I don't
in
know
the
if you
bed
know
before
that.
wait, was it in Japan?
I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah, really. But yeah, and the rest of the teams will start playing on March 27th, including the Brewers, who will face the Yankees, which now it's reported that Joe Buck is going to be.
I saw that. All right, hot take. I'm a Joe Buck defender.
Really?
He has gotten so much better at calling sports in general. Like, he is so slept on.
Yep.
One of the best football play-by-play commentators. The only one I'd right now put definitively above him is Jim Nantz.
Yeah, it's Jim Nantz.
I know, but like, he's
I'm
Al
really
Michaels
high
is-
on Brian Anderson now. He's starting to do everything. I think football, we'll hear. I don't know if he does football. I
Nah.
don't think he does. But like baseball and basketball,
Yeah, he does.
he's the Brewers.
Kevin Harlan's
even
the
better.
Kevin Harlan's the
of,
goat.
of broadcasters, by the way, they did put Bob Uecker's signature on the spring training
Yeah.
diamond, which I thought was
They're
very
gonna
nice
opening day. I think it's either opening day or the first home game for the Brewers. There's a big poster they're gonna hang up with it. It's Bob
Did
Uecker
you guys see
Memorial.
that Bob Uecker?
Hold on.
Okay, sorry.
I signed said poster.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it one that they put out like in front of the?
it's in the banner that they hang in that field.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
So we'll see
Yeah,
how it goes.
they have the patches too that they're
Yeah,
gonna bring.
those
back.
are cool.
Those are cool.
Bob Uecker called I think they said officially it was either like 3.5% of all baseball games in MLB history. Yeah. That's how long he broadcasted for 60 years.
I know, but
it's like
3%. You said 3% of all
3.5%
Major League
of all
games.
Major League
That's the
games.
dream right there. Like,
That is
if I had to
awesome.
Well, think about it. You
anything
play
about
for
that.
60. You broadcast for 60 years. It's 162 games a year.
Yeah.
You really only play format baseball 50 years before.
And it's
that.
also like with baseball, there's so many games in a season, and it's
162
an older
games
league.
times
Like
60. That's 100 and what?
Yeah.
100 and I'm not even gonna try to do math right here.
no math.
Yeah.
Back to you.
But no, but baseball
In a
MLB
sec.
only considered its modern history, I think 1912 onwards.
Yeah.
So that's only like 50 years before when you start calling baseball professionally.
Yeah.
And you do that every single season for 60 years.
It's true.
Yeah.
What else you got, Brett?
Oh, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, the Brewers. I'm excited to watch them. They
Duh,
did not sign a single
Brewers.
free agent, but yeah, they traded away Devin Williams and.
Yeah.
That was the correct decision. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yeah, Brett, I'm gonna have to agree with Lamb. Like everyone's like, hey, he hasn't played all year. He's one of our best players, and then he comes in and sells.
Literally said, dude.
Like,
I'm
Brett,
sorry.
what do you want?
Like you can there's not a whole lot
hey.
you can point to. Devin, like him coming in at that moment, that is absolutely the reason that we lost. I'm sorry. You know, you're never supposed to like put all the blame on one player, but I'm gonna. Dang.
Well, I will say baseball is officially back, which can hopefully cure me of football's sadness and depression.
March
for
Madness,
now.
we're almost there.
No, we're
almost
so
there.
close.
We're so close.
Give
to
me March Madness.
Like I said, it's during spring break too. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
great.
Sports.
But yeah, an episode that I thought was gonna be a little short today. Wow, it's been a lot longer than I thought it'd be. But thank you all for coming on the show. And thank you everyone that helped out. Thank you, Will, and the Fishbowl again. But that'll be all for us today, and from all of us here at SportsPoint. We'll see you next time.